Just because there's an ongoing war in Europe does not mean capitalism stops. And that really was made clear yesterday when CNN's video feed of war-torn Ukraine jumped right to a commercial for Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Yeah, except for the song, it was actually Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band, but we had to replace it for copyright reasons. But I'm sure you can get the gist. And the entire time that the ad was played, it was on that split screen with essentially the Ukraine footage in the small box to the left and the headlines reading Russia invades Ukraine. So Twitter users, of course, because Twitter is hot and hopping, especially when you have some war going on. Well, Twitter users were quick to call out CNN. For example, this account, Enough Said NY, tweeted, 4-3 sponsored by Applebee's. We're living in an episode of South Park. Yeah, we are indeed. And essentially after the criticism had Applebee's trending, the restaurant chain issued this statement. We are deeply concerned about the situation in Ukraine. When we were made aware that our ad was placed in this manner, we immediately reached out to CNN to pause our advertising on their network. It never should have aired, and we are disappointed in the actions of the network. The thing is, it wasn't just Applebee's, because CNN also ran a commercial for Sandals Resorts where couples were rolling in the sand, enjoying each other to the sound of Bob Marley lyrics. The song, I think, Three Birds played in the background, but it was just absolutely wonderful. And here's a screenshot really of what it looked like. Now, Warner Media, which owns CNN, says that it's removed what it calls these squeeze back ads, which place those ads on top of the running content. So Cenk, your thoughts?
So later in their programming, much later, but still the same day, there's this quote that I was just reading because of the latest developments. Tonight, CNN has new reporting that the Russian soldiers are threatening Ukrainian soldiers that they will kill their families if they don't surrender. Later at Applebee's, $2 beers. So look, having said that, I think Adrian's point about late stage capitalism might be the best point. But overall, it was some person at CNN who screwed up, right? That they should have never run that, and I'm sure that people inside the building were pissed too. To me, their content on air, which often pushes for war, is much more problematic. And there's an old school way of thinking like, oh my God, now people aren't going to go to Applebee's. I don't think that's true at all.
No,
that's super old school. And in fact, this has Applebee's so much more in the news. I would be shocked if their sales didn't go up tonight, and then they'll probably go back on CNN.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say that this is perhaps the most American thing I've ever seen in my 30 years of life. The show goes on no matter what. It shows really also too what the military industrial complex all over the world is all about, and how people make tons of money in the midst of so much suffering and pain. But also, like, Cenk, you pointed out, this wasn't like some insidious act by CNN. They just weren't paying attention. They just kind of let the commercials go because people pay for these slots, so they were just keeping business going. But unfortunately, again, it really just goes to show how American that was, and how, again, it's just the show goes on as usual. And yes, Applebee's sales are definitely going to go up for sure.
No, I agree. It's like people are there for happy hour right now, I'm quite certain. But it also really speaks to mainstream media and news and the fact that they are so money driven that they can't even present news and just maybe go to commercial. No, they have to have the news running during commercial because it gives them more chances to make money.
Yes, more time.
Yeah, and it is a very capitalistic American way to go about it. So as far as I'm concerned, CNN shouldn't be ashamed. If anything, it should stand proud, because if this is how it's doing business, people need to know. You were loud about it to the tune of what, Chicken Fried. So might as well be proud about it and just remind people exactly the American way.
I mean, really though, it could go in a museum one day or a time capsule or something. Jackson's so right. I mean, and the caption just will be America as that cowboy is shaking his butt while the World War III images are right next to him, just freeze it right there. Hashtag America, right?
Yep.
Right there, America.
Yep.
Beer and wings, yep, American way.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.